What's going on, everyone? So it is official. The Los Angeles Lakers have signed Alex Len to a contract. They have waived Christian Wood, which I think is interesting because Christian Wood, literally like moments before this, made a tweet. I wonder if that's why he made the tweet that he made, because maybe he knew this was coming, so kind of just sending word out to the league that like, hey, he'll be back soon. He'll be ready to play soon, because he's gonna need a new job, right? And it sucks because I would have liked Christian Wood. I think Christian Wood really could have helped the Lakers. He was one of the acquisitions I was most excited for because I thought he was a guy that just very versatile, particularly on the offensive side. A guy that can kind of come in and play the 4, play the 5. On occasion, we even saw last year play the 3, but more so 4 and 5. And just give you that versatility, particularly on the offensive side. Had chemistry and familiarity with Luka. Thought that would have been nice. But we got Alex Len now, and Alex Len gives you finally that big physical interior presence. Now, is he the best option ever? No, but he's probably the best option available currently, right? You don't have this treasure trove of centers lined up to go and sign. So, bringing in a guy like an Alex Len, I do think gives you that veteran presence, gives you that experience, gives you a guy that has kind of been there, done that, gives you a guy that isn't shy when it comes to just physicality on the interior. He's a guy that I like against Jokic. Never going to stop Jokic, but can you just be physical with them, right? Can you not just get absolutely just demolished on the interior? Alex Len he's built a career as a central backup that knows how to play his role and plays his role. He can be a little slow-footed, but he can run the floor. He can be that lob threat, right? He can be that interior presence, and you still have Jackson Hayes as that kind of other piece, right? So, like, one of the things that I really like with Jackson Hayes and Alex Len is you have different types of centers that you can deploy. And something that I've talked about is, like, you look at the 2020 season, for example, right? You had Anthony Davis, the skill center that could just do everything, right? Well, how do the Lakers kind of mimic that? Well, they could do that through small ball, right? You got Rui Hachimura, who can just be that kind of bigger, physical, lower center of gravity type forward playing that. If you want kind of more defense, right, Dorian Finney-Smith can play that. If you want more overall skill, playmaking, LeBron can play that, right? So you could have different kind of looks, different skills in a small ball unit. And then you have Jackson Hayes, who can be that high-flying, floor-running guy that you can slot alongside a Luka and a LeBron James that can just get the alley-oops and run the floor with the best of them. And then follow that up with a now Alex Len gives you that big physical interior presence, true 7-footer, 7'4" wingspan, and 250 pounds. So again, a nice guy that can bang with the big boys. And then, Jackson Hayes. So I like the different looks. I like the different options in particular at the center spot. You have different kind of pieces that you can throw out and deploy, which I think is very beneficial to the Lakers, because now, depending on the matchup, depending on who you're playing, especially come playoff time, if you play Denver in a series, right, you can throw a Jackson Hayes out there and just kind of have to make Jokic kind of work a little bit and just have him hustle and be that just like floor runner, what he does best, but then also throw out an Alex Len to just be that physicality center and just get a little physical with Jokic and just try to, again, wear him down over the course of a 7-game series. We'll see what happens with the Hornets situation. They have officially filed their appeal with the league. I don't see anything come of it personally. I think what is going to happen is the Lakers, they have all the data. They have their tests. They're just going to send that to the NBA and be like, hey, here's why we don't want to do it no more. And they have that right to veto that. They have the right to say no. So I think that that's ultimately what ends up happening. And then I think what will happen is you'll end up seeing the Lakers just run with what they got. Maybe they re-explore and touch base on a Mark Williams trade in the offseason. That could be a possibility. But for now, I think Alex Len is the guy that you're going to see just out there being that physical center for the Lakers, which I'm totally okay with, right? Again, I like him. I think he is, again, he's not, like, Lakers aren't the best team in the league now, again, with Alex Len, but I think he's good enough. I think he provides what you're looking for, particularly at that center spot. His probably most underrated attribute is his playmaking, is his passing ability. He is a guy that can pass out of the post, pass out of the double team, right? So just gives you that defensively. He's not like a guy you want on an island, but he can get you steals, get you blocks. He can, as the help defender and the cleanup man, he can really kind of do some damage and make some noise on that end, which is good, right? But obviously, if like guys are just getting blown by and Alex Len is the last line of defense, probably not the best option. He is, again, 7 feet with the 7'4" wingspan. So that's good. And just being a big body on the interior, he is going to, deflect shots and block shots and just, kind of deter guys from the rim. So that's beneficial as well. But he's a guy more so that I look at as just like another piece added in. Luka is going to make him look like a star. Same thing with LeBron. He's going to benefit mightily from playing alongside those two. I think he'll probably be a double-digit scorer or close to it. I think he'll be anywhere from like an 8 to 12 point a game guy and give you probably 6 to 8 rebounds, somewhere in that range. So I think, and that's fine. It's good enough, right? You're going to team rebound. You're going to team defend. He's a guy that I do think can kind of fit in that regard and kind of play a vital role and play a vital piece. I think that this is a solid pickup, solid acquisition. Would it have been nice to, still go with Mark Williams or whatever? Yeah, sure. But you also don't want to take the risk, especially with what the Lakers were going to have to give up. If you can, you could in the offseason maybe look to add him for cheaper. Maybe the Lakers would be willing to do it. I mean, maybe the NBA will even allow that. I don't know. This is kind of unprecedented territory. We'll see how this ultimately plays out. But for now, you got Alex Len. I think he's fine. I'm curious to see if he'll be able to play in the Jazz game tomorrow. My guess is they'll probably just get through that Jazz game and then bring him in after the All-Star break, because you get a week off and maybe he can get some reps and stuff like that in before he plays his first game. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? What do you make of the Alex Len pickup? Are you excited about Alex Len? Are you kind of like, it is whatever? Personally, I think he'll be fine. I think, he gives you what you need. Big physical interior presence, a guy that can bang with the big boys. I think he's a guy that can easily slot in, come in. We'll see if he starts, if they continue to go with Jackson Hayes, or I think it'll depend on the matchups. Like, we have Denver coming up after the All-Star break in like 2 weeks. So I could see maybe Alex Len starting against Jokic, right? I think certain matchups, right? Like, if you have a beneficial matchup for a Jackson Hayes, I think you go with Jackson Hayes. I think if you have a beneficial matchup for an Alex Len, I think you go with Alex Len. I just think it depends on, who it is, what's available, how it works out. But again, I like this acquisition, but do you, right? Again, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions and kind of your take on Alex Len. How do you think he's a piece that could really make some sense and make some noise for the Lakers? But however you feel, either way, let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.